Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 4 of PodClass President. My name is Ben Brainerd, your loving and gracious host. I don't know why I keep saying that. I really hope it doesn't stick, but I've said it twice already, and I feel like it's there. If you're watching the episodes as they are all recorded and posted on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify has video podcasts now. If you're watching and you're questioning, hey, does it look like Ben has not changed his shirt in the past 4 weeks? You're right. I recorded all of these intros and outros at the same time, and I could have changed my shirt, but I didn't. It's just what you get, all right? It's just what you get. Anyway, I recorded this episode on the road as well. This one, I think, went a little bit better than the time I recorded on the road in Rhode Island because I got a studio to hit the record button for me. So it was good the whole time. Thanks, Seattle. Before we jump in the studio, I am on tour. You can come see me. I got some Florida shows in December coming up. December 13th, I'll be in Panama City Beach at Captain Anderson's Event Center. On December 20th, I'll be in Jacksonville, Florida at the Comedy Zone. And then December 22nd and 23rd, I'll be in Orlando at the Orlando Improv. I also have some shows in February of 2024. So come see me in Austin, Dallas, OKC, and Tulsa. Make sure you sign up for my email list or my text list if you don't want to miss those shows. With that being said, let's hop in the studio and meet our guest for today. Let's meet our guest today. He's been working professionally as a music director, accompanist, and session musician for almost a decade. Alex Engelberg, thanks
Hello.
for joining.
Thanks for having me.
And she's an actor and comedian that has amassed over 800,000 followers across all social media platforms. Ilana Degann.
Hi.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
As you might know, this always starts with my favorite segment of the show called, Do You Know Who My Mascot Is? And basically what I'm going to ask you to do is tell me your high school, college mascot, and if you think you could beat my high school mascot in a fight, and how you would do it.
Got it. Okay.
I'm 0 for 6.
Okay, cool.
I don't think it's going to go well.
Yeah.
So, Alex, we'll start with you. Who is your mascot, and do you think it could beat a sand crab in a fight?
So I was homeschooled, but the school that I went to the most was had Bruins as the mascot. Kind of a
What
boring.
Is that a pirate?
It's a bear,
It's a bear.
and so unfortunately,
Okay.
I think
Oh, what? You'll step on it,
Yeah,
or flick it,
probably.
or breathe on it wrong.
yeah, and then yeah.
You'll dig out of the sand
I mean,
for more than
okay,
an hour.
I guess my question is like, what does the sand crab have to offer in terms of like weaponry? It's not poisonous, is it?
No.
It's not. Is it sharp?
No.
Is it like
It can dig
okay.
in wet sand. It can dig in like
Okay.
the shallowest part of the ocean.
Yeah.
It doesn't bite or pinch. It is
Yeah.
a filter feeder.
Okay, then yeah, you're screwed.
Often am. Ilana.
Well, my mascot was the anteaters. So
Also, almost exactly what.
it's
Okay.
It's kind of like a 1-to-1 match right there, where just
0 for 8. Okay. Wield the sand crab. I'm going to find somebody whose mascot was like a filter fish. I don't even know.
Hold on. How big is an anteater?
Bigger than a sand crab.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
but
they're-
like, how does an anteater attack things?
Tongue.
yeah.
Okay.
They also have claws.
Okay.
so,
So, does
like-
a sand crab.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
It doesn't. No.
Okay, but anteaters aren't this big.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a
sand crabs are
sand
real-
crab
oh.
fits in like the palm of your hand. Yeah.
I missed that detail.
Yeah. Anteaters got like claws because they rip apart like termite mounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
An anteater would just see the sand crab and like,
Yep.
yeah,
Great.
like
Yeah.
doesn't even have to chew.
Yeah. Also,
We didn't have to go that far.
also, I'm obsessed with the slogan for the anteaters.
Oh, zot zot zot.
What?
Yeah,
Zot, zot, zot?
that is apparently what
Is this
anteaters
the anteater
sound
sign?
like. It sure is.
It's really good.
I have, you know what? We don't have questions. No more. Zot, zot, zot is the.
Yeah.
We're going to jump into story time.
Cool.
And Alex, we'll start with you.
Okay.
I find this really interesting because I think you're the first person on the show that was homeschooled.
Yeah.
So there's like a big chunk of time.
Yes.
What grades were you homeschooled through?
I was homeschooled my entire life.
Entire life.
I
So
think like I did
Still.
still like legend has it he's still homeschooled to this day.
they call it potty training at some point, I think.
Yeah. No, I think I did go to like preschool.
So you went to daycare.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Okay.
basically. And then like kindergarten to like college and then no college.
And you didn't do
I
college.
did not do college. So I have
Good.
nothing to draw from.
That's perfect.
This is great.
Thank
for
you so
me.
much for being on the school-based show.
Of course.
Now, technically, homeschool is a
Yeah.
form of formal education,
Yeah.
so it still counts.
It depends on if you can really sell it to the government. But
Listen, the Christians have been selling it to the government for a long time, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's good enough for me for
Yeah.
this show right now.
Yeah.
You gave me a couple notes about the stories you wanted to talk about, and
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, neither of them had anything to do with actual school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
What baseball camp
yeah.
happened? What happened to you at baseball camp?
So you know, like I was homeschooled, but I did a lot of little extracurricular things, and because
Sure.
like my dad homeschooled me. He
Now-
was a stay-at-home dad.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when it comes to like sports and homeschool, you can just play sports for the local school. Like if you were to play
Yeah.
sports in high school, you would just played for the high school.
I
near you.
could if
Okay.
I wanted to.
Did not.
I didn't.
Cool. Which makes the baseball camp story even
It's-
more
yeah.
intriguing to
No,
me.
this was this was like a day camp that I went to.
Okay, how old were you?
I want to say about like 12 or so. I wish
Okay.
I could pull the actual like year, but
So you
but
would have been around 8th grade.
yeah.
Ish.
I think it was probably younger, probably like 10 or 9. Like and so
Okay, so is this like an elementary, like 5th grade, or middle school?
yeah,
like 6th?
it's sort
okay.
of like like kind of like an older elementary school sort of day camp.
Okay, so you were a 10-year-old-ish Alex at a baseball day camp.
Yeah. And for context, I'm like I'm not a sports guy.
No.
Shut up.
The musician and comedian doesn't do sports?
I did play a handful of sports for fun when I was a kid, and I was like
Was
interested
baseball
in sports.
one of the ones you did for fun?
Yeah. I was like I thought sports was interesting when I was a kid, and
What a way to phrase that. I thought
thought-
sports was interesting. Not
I saw people playing games with balls and bats, and I was like, interesting.
Yeah, you looked at it the way like a physicist would look at an experiment. You're like, this intrigues me.
There's something there.
I want you to
I
know-
do think that some of the psychology there was like because like I didn't like to like really exert myself and like I didn't like the physicality part of it. I didn't like running around. And,
Why would you?
But
Yeah.
I guess like there was something that I guess felt good about like there's a game that I know the rules of and I can watch people play and I know what's going on and I can keep track of what's going on. Because I used to when I was
Are we
like,
about to psychoanalyze right now? I feel like you just like knowing stuff.
yeah, it makes me feel good to know like what's going on.
Okay.
And so
I
like
just
at
like
a
to be
certain-
included.
Yeah, no, like at a certain point, like because like I didn't have that exposure, like going to a school and going to the games and stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
I was like you know, my family members like would watch baseball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were your parents
my
like
parents
sports
not
fans?
so much. My grandpa is really into like baseball, football.
Okay.
And so he would like watch it on TV, and I'll be like, "What's going on?"
And your
then,
grandpa
like,
would get out of here.
yeah, kind of. And at one point, my mom like explained. She was like, "This is how baseball works," and just like gave me the rules explanation. I was like, "This is
That-
awesome. I
They
totally
just-
get it now, and I feel included."
I can't. That's honest. Like most 10-year-old kids get like the sex talk from their mom.
Yeah, no,
or
but I
dad.
got the baseball talk.
Yeah, you got the baseball.
I got
It's the
the
birds,
other
the
definition
bees.
of
You got
home
the
plate.
bats and the balls. That's what you got.
Yeah.
Your mom was giving you the what happens at first base, second
Yeah,
base,
yeah,
third
yeah.
base, and home.
my
But
God.
like,
Yeah,
she
that's the
meant
joke
it
I made
literally.
about 15 seconds ago. You didn't hear it.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
So baseball camp, huh?
So baseball camp. So basically, like I was at this camp, and it was kind of like I feel like sports day camps have kind of different like spectrums of like how serious they are, right? Because it's like sometimes it's like this is like for total beginners.
And this is like a summer thing.
Yeah, it was just like a week.
Yeah.
In the summer,
Okay.
just like day camp. Like
So-
you just show up to this baseball field.
I think the spectrum is definitely between parents want a daycare
Yeah.
and parents want an athlete.
Yes.
And so were you more on the daycare?
Well, most of the sports camp I did was that, where it was very much for like, like beginners in this sport. But I feel like, but what I ended up at this particular baseball camp was it was definitely more of a like
Competitive.
yeah, it was like it wasn't super like mean necessarily, but it was very much like we're here to like teach you the love of the game.
Oh no.
And it's like we're like and they had this sort of like kind of I don't remember, but they had this sort of like pledge at the beginning where it was like
A pledge?
we're, like,
Pledge of the baseball.
yeah, like
I pledge allegiance to the diamond
basically.
that was built in the middle of a cornfield.
And the counselors had like a white stripe, and they're like, the white stripe is for honor.
oh no.
And it was just
None
really,
of these people sound like people I would want to talk to.
yeah, they were really into the game, and a lot of the kids here were like they had been playing baseball,
Right.
At their
And
like
you were
little
just
league. And I was just like,
interested in
I'm
what they
down.
were
I love
doing.
to try. Like
Yeah.
that was my like where I was coming from.
You saw a baseball field in the middle of a cornfield in Iowa, and
Yeah.
you're like, let's go watch, let's
Yeah.
go look at that. And then there were just a bunch of legends playing,
Kind of, yeah.
and you had to be like,
basically.
who's that? And people were
Essentially.
like, that's Babe Ruth, and
Yeah.
you're like, that's a candy bar.
Yes, correct.
Great, I can't wait to see what happens here.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And obviously I wasn't great at the sport.
Right.
But they weren't mean to me about it. I'll
the
give-
adults or the other 10-year-olds?
both. Like they were
Okay.
chill. Like they were like
Out loud.
To your
out
face,
loud. They
yeah.
did not to my face. And so I'll give them credit for that.
Yeah, they would have a clipboard and be like, "Okay, you're doing great, sweetie."
and
Can we
in
get
fact-
this guy off the team. I just
In fact, to give them credit, on the first day of the camp, at the end of the day, like we would run some practices and games and stuff. At the end of the day, they would do like a little like award ceremony and to kind of honor the players and stuff, and like shout outs for
Sure,
the kids.
game
And
ball
the first day,
stuff.
I did get the most improved award.
wow on the
Because-
first day.
Yeah, because I was like I was kind of the only one there. I was like one of 2 or 3 kids there that was like didn't really play baseball that much,
Right.
but I was like trying. Like,
The
I was,
increase
like, doing it.
from 9 to 10 is not as impressive as the increase from 0 to 1.
like 1. Yeah, that's
so-
where
yeah.
I was at for sure. Like I think I connected the bat with the ball.
Wow.
and
While it was on the
and
tee?
like made an effort and made an effort to run to first base. And
And
that was my play of the
the
day.
crowd
That
goes
was my
wild.
superstar
Yeah.
play. Yeah, it was great. But that's just to set the tone of like kind of my.
So that's context.
That's some context for the vibe that I was feeling at this camp. I was
Okay.
just like I was feeling very intimidated.
Right.
But there was kind of a segment in the sort of award ceremony where like everyone was just like huddled up and just talking at the end. Our coach was this like 50-year-old man who was really into baseball and not definitely like not mean but kind of like intense because he was like he cares a lot about the sport.
Tough love kind of guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he would, and he had this like trivia segment at the end of
Like
the day.
baseball trivia?
Yeah, where he would give a baseball trivia question and be like, "Your homework is to like answer this."
I'm not doing homework at baseball day camp
Yeah,
during the summer. It's just not happening.
It was more of like a sort of bonus credit, like if you want to like
For
think
the
about
grades
this.
that you
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
at camp.
And I looked in my email. I did right as I was coming here. I looked in my email inbox and I remember that I did answer one of his take home questions. It was like because he answered.
Wait,
he
you
asked,
still have this in your email inbox?
Yeah, from like a long time ago.
Could you get me a screenshot so I can post this somewhere when this
Sure,
episode
yeah.
comes
Yeah,
out?
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
gotcha.
Do you remember what the question was?
Well, so he asked a question.
Yeah.
That was like what is the distance between home plate and second base in feet?
Directly?
Yeah, so there's something like that.
Ooh, I think it's
Far enough.
Well, I mean, I could do the math and figure it out, but I want to say because it's 90 between every base, so it's 90 to first, and there's 90 from first to second.
Yeah. I'm
But
pulling
then
it
you're
up.
on a diamond, so it's 90 to 90, so it's 180. It's 180 feet.
If you insist.
What I answered, which may or may not have been right, was 84.85 feet.
Well, you didn't even make it to first base.
Wait. How much is the first?
Oh wait, no.
First two bases?
So it's 90 from home to first, and then it's 90 from first to
Got
second.
it. Okay.
But that would be 180 total. So it's not
If
180
that's true,
direct.
then
Yeah.
84.85 definitely doesn't make
So-
sense.
It's gonna be more than 90 though.
I wonder if it was like a trick question where it was like a little league field or something with just like different. I don't know how this works.
I think it's like 120-ish, but I could do the math. I don't know.
But anyway, so he would give trivia questions out, but he also had a segment called Stump the Coach, where
Okay.
anyone else could bring their trivia question.
Did
in.
they have to be about baseball?
Yes.
Okay.
So it has to be a baseball trivia question because obviously this coach is like a huge baseball nerd.
Right.
So he was like, I'll answer any trivia question, and in fact, if you ask me a question that I don't know, I'll like give you a little prize.
Ooh.
And the prize was like a little bobblehead.
And of
a-
course
a
you
baseball
wanted
player.
it.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like as soon as he said that, I was like,
Now,
this is something I
Well,
can
this
do.
is how you win
I-
This is
baseball
how I
camp.
win baseball.
I have a question, and I need you to tell me honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to do this because you wanted to stump him, because you wanted to win a game, or because you wanted the bobblehead?
I think I wanted to win.
Okay,
That was my motivation.
I think that's
here.
fair.
I
think that's fair.
Yeah. I wanted to feel like I was thriving in one element of this camp.
It's like, I can't be the best in this area.
Yeah.
But you knew where you could knock the other kids out.
I
So,
think it'd
yeah.
be really funny if this coach didn't have like a trivia segment normally, and he saw he saw you,
me,
and he
and
was
he's
like,
like,
I have to.
Okay, so I
And
don't
he was-
usually do this.
He was
but-
just emailing you. That's it. None of the other kids got
Yeah.
the emails.
yeah. And so other kids, I saw like other kids would bring in questions that
Mm-hmm.
were like, who won the whatever, like the cup in one particular year or whatever like that, and he would know the answer. And the
The
kids
World
would,
Series.
Thank you.
Yes.
Um,
Hockey has a
the-
Stanley Cup.
Yeah. I knew, I was like going through my mind. I was like, World Cup, Stanley Cup. There's probably a cup for baseball. I'm just not thinking of it right now. I'll just say cup. I was
Yep,
wrong.
we got there.
Thank you for keeping me honest.
The
thank you
World
for,
Series of National Baseball.
Great.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it would be, other kids would bring in these like, trivia baseball that they would like find off the internet or something like that.
Right.
And like this guy would totally know the answer.
Sure.
And so I was like, I feel like I could come up with something that he doesn't know. So I basically spent like an hour at home, just like inventing
A question.
a trivia question that was like, there was basically no way for him to answer.
Yeah.
And I do still remember the question, and I can tell you exactly what it was.
Please ask. I want to see if I could figure out what but I don't believe in myself on
Yeah,
this.
so the question was, I made it multiple choice, and I don't remember all the choices that I put in. But
Did you have 4 choices, or was it like you had
it was a
26?
five multiple choice.
5. Okay.
And the question was, which of these baseball players shares a birthday with a U.S. president?
Oh my God.
And I listed 4 ones that I don't remember.
And then the correct
and
one.
the correct answer, which was Warren Spahn, who I believe played for the Braves as a pitcher. And
Was it like during a good year for the Braves, or was it just a guy
I don't
you
know.
found
It's just
with
a guy. He was on he was on a list of
Yeah.
top whatever baseball players.
in what year? This was what 15 years ago, 16.
It was a while ago.
In the early 2000s, a top baseball player for the Atlanta Braves in the early 2000s.
you know what? I'll look
shares
him up right now. Let's.
Warren Spahn. Which president did he share a birthday with?
He shares a birthday with 15th President James Buchanan.
You didn't even do like a. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I get it. You wanted to win.
Oh, he was born in 1921. So he was. This was like
Buchanan
old
or
baseball.
Spawn?
Spawn.
Okay.
Buchanan was a lot older.
Yeah. It'd be weird if he was.
I really hope that there is somebody listening to this who you said the baseball player and they were like, oh, yeah, I know.
Warren Spahn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was the question.
And so you got the bobblehead.
I did get the bobblehead. I won.
Was he upset?
No. He was kind
I
of
would
like.
have been.
I'll try to recreate
Yes, give me as much detail as possible about
my
this.
best sort of performance I can remember of his reaction to me saying the answer. He was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if I'd be upset or if I would be kind of impressed that you did any of this.
What reaction were you hoping for?
Just the bobblehead.
I did not think through what reaction I was going for.
He just wanted
I didn't have a scenario in mind. I just wanted to kind of like, I wanted to genuinely, I think what I wanted to genuinely challenge him. I wanted him to feel like there are questions that I don't know.
Alex was like, he's making me throw the ball,
Yeah.
which is rough. And so now I need to somehow
make him feel inferior
Yes.
to my intellectual.
I need him to feel the same way
marketplace of
I do
ideas.
physically, but mentally.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? No.
No.
No, absolutely not. Not
another
this
thing I
one
did-
specifically.
Yeah.
Another thing I did is I wrote the question on a piece of paper to kind of like show him, so I would have the choices ready.
It's like
to
you're
go,
like
so I could,
handing
Right.
over like an amount of money.
and
You're
I
just like
I did intentionally. Once I had my 5 baseball players, I took like one of them that was wrong, and I put them like I spaced it in a certain way, so it was like the first, second, third, fourth, and like a little bit more space, and then the 5th at the bottom. So it definitely looked like I wrote that in as like this one's the right answer, and it was not.
Did he pick
He
that
did
one?
pick that one.
I bet you got more thrill from him picking that answer than anything
he fell
else.
for my mind games.
you were like playing 6D chess.
Yes,
He's Mr.
and he was playing
Burns.
baseball. And unfortunately, you can't bring a baseball to a 6D chess fight.
Yeah. But you also can't get paid for a 60 chess fight. Except in bobbleheads and
Yeah.
victory.
Yeah.
And some might argue that's more impressive than a World Series cup.
Yeah.
The bobblehead is still in my childhood bedroom somewhere, and I still don't know what player it is that the bobblehead is for.
It usually has their name on it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. If you could get me a picture of the bobblehead
Oh, yeah,
and then a
100%.
screenshot of the email,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Totally. Yeah. I have a screenshot of me sending him my geometry answer, and I don't have a screenshot of the other question.
You have a screenshot of you sending your week-long summer baseball day camp coach your geometry answer.
Correct. Yeah.
Was it for the base?
For the bases. Yeah.
Okay. I thought that you just randomly I do geometry.
Oh
good.
no. Yeah.
You got
No,
like
I
full
was-
with like proofs and
I do
everything. You're
remember-
like, this is why.
You were like, actually, this is a rhombus. A diamond would be.
No, it is a diamond.
Yeah, but maybe the bases were I don't know.
Yeah. I do remember being excited when he asked a geometry question because I'm really good at math, so I could totally do this.
Imagine
then I
being a
answered-
10-year-old at
and then-
baseball day camp going, yes, a math question.
Yeah. No, that's definitely where I was at as a kid, was excited to hear people talk about math at the baseball game.
I believe that. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that very intimate story about the time you bested a 50-year-old man at baseball trivia
Yeah.
that, let's be honest, should not have been. But he probably has never forgotten that.
I really hope that's true. Yeah.
I don't think that man, just if he's ever in a room of other baseball nerds, I bet he's been like, can you guys name the Braves player that was born in 1929 that shares a birthday with a U.S. president? And they're going to be like, oh. He's like,
well,
Warren Spahn.
That guy.
It's
if
like-
you're out there, please.
Is Warren Spahn out there?
No, the coach.
it's basically the entire plot of the Ellen DeGeneres ride in Disney World about Jeopardy, but
Sorry,
it's about that
what?
one baseball trivia
What?
question. Wait, are you not familiar with this?
No.
I thought you would. I assumed you would have to know about this.
Oh, because I was born
'Cause
and
you-
raised in
yeah, you
Florida
know,
and I
you've been-
lived in Orlando for
Yeah,
5 years and I've been
yeah.
to Disney a bunch. You think
Yeah,
I would know
I-
about the ride that is there?
Yeah, sue me.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a ride. I don't know if it's still there, but in one of the Disney World parks, where it's like a movie ride. So you're
Sure.
in a bunch of seats that kind of move around, and so it's
Okay.
it starts with a little short film about Ellen DeGeneres.
Famous movie actress,
Yeah,
Ellen
famous.
DeGeneres.
Yep.
She's in something.
Right, but what she's known for is
Stand-up
movies,
comedy.
Yeah. It's like a ride that starts with like it starts with like her it starts like her and Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, and like Jamie Lee Curtis is like her annoying friend who's like annoyingly really good at Jeopardy, and she's like hates her because she's like, I want to be like as good at answering Jeopardy questions as you.
Typecast wise, those roles should have been switched.
How confident are you that this is real?
I am 100% sure that the ride is real. The first thing I've said that I'm not sure about is that Jamie Lee Curtis was in it.
Got it.
But it has Ellen DeGeneres. It starts with her being like, I wish I were better at Jeopardy. She falls asleep watching Jeopardy, and then she enters this dream state where she meets Bill Nye, the science guy. And then your seats watching the film now turn into an animatronic ride, and you ride through basically like prehistoric times. Like you basically see like animatronic Ellen and Bill Nye seeing the dinosaurs
At a Disney park.
Yes.
Were the dinosaurs real?
No.
Dang.
But
Disney really let it slip there.
In the little skit that plays at the beginning, it's like she falls asleep, she gets a Jeopardy question wrong about dinosaurs. So she's like, I missed this Jeopardy question about dinosaurs. Yep. And then like her friend is like, well, I knew the answer. And then so it's like, I'm going to have a redemption arc by the end of this ride.
The Stegosaurus borealis.
Exactly. And so she falls asleep. She goes into a dream state where Bill Nye's giving her a tour and like teaches her about dinosaurs. And then you get to the end, and then you watch the end of the skit, and then she like wakes up and she's like, and then she knows the answer now. And then she like has a redemption arc, and she's like, I'm good at Jeopardy now. Thank you, Bill Nye, for visiting me in my dreams.
Honestly, who hasn't said that?
Yeah.
I'm good at Jeopardy now. Thank you, Bill Nye, for visiting me in my dreams.
I'm gonna briefly just fact check myself.
Yeah, please do.
So
and while you're fact checking, we'll hop to Ilana here, because again, not a traditional school story, and I'm very excited about it. You just sent me 2 words: clown college.
Yeah.
Please explain.
So, first of all, like coming up with the stories for this, I didn't know exactly what to think, because going to theater school, your Overton window for what's normal is really, really in the wrong spot.
It's askew.
Yeah. So I took part of my senior year, one of my upper division college level courses was called The Art of Clowning.
I love this. So, okay, you're a senior in college, and so this was just an elective at the college.
This was part of my drama degree. An upper division course.
Okay. What school was this?
This was UC Irvine.
UC Irvine.
Home of the Anteaters.
Home of the Zat. Got it.
Almost.
Yep. So, okay, you're taking the art of clowning as a part of your drama degree.
Yes.
Senior year of college.
I had to audition for this class.
You auditioned for the art of clowning. What was that audition process like? So,
first of all, we get an email from the professor that's just like, all right, we'll see you at the audition bright and early, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
No further context.
Little bit more context.
Okay.
And he just says, prepare a joke. Yes.
Got it.
And so all of us are like, what?
Like
a joke? Or like a joke?
Or like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we doing a clown joke?
Idea.
Are we squirting water in someone's face? Or am I talking about my mother? What's going on here?
Yeah. And so one at a time, he brings us in privately into the room and just says like, all right.
Oh, even worse.
Tell me your joke. I wish I could remember what my audition joke was.
Right. Do you remember if he laughed?
He didn't laugh at a single person.
Good.
Oh my god.
Because we all walked out of the room and we're like, what did he do?
That was your first lesson.
Yeah.
The first lesson of clown college is embrace the silence.
Every single person walked out and was like, what did he do? And every single person said absolutely nothing.
I want to have a conversation with this man.
You don't.
So I'm curious, were the jokes more like, what do you get when you cross like a sort of set up punchline joke, or was it like what's the deal with, and like a sort of a stand up?
Well, that was the thing, is like,
did someone
we didn't
say
know
airline food is nuts?
Yeah.
like we didn't know what of that we were supposed to bring in.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because like there were a couple people in my class who auditioned with me who we all do stand-up comedy, and so we were like, do you want us to do a routine?
Tight five?
Yeah. Do you want a tight five or do you want a pun?
Do you want me to juggle while doing it?
Right.
So you got in.
Yes.
Okay.
Some people didn't.
Imagine having to like call home. Like,
Yeah.
Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't make it into clown college
Yeah.
as an elective.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to find one. And I want to ask what they did.
See, the thing is, I know a couple of them, and we were glad not to have them in class.
Okay, so maybe this wasn't so much a judge of your comedic ability. It was a judge of your personality and whether
Right.
or not this guy wants to hang.
It's like, do you suck?
Yeah. Like just generally as a human, are you like not a good hang?
Right.
That's a great audition process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get in.
I
You're
get
a good
in.
hang.
Yeah.
Cool.
First thing, every single day of class, you have to wear all black. Because you
All
cannot,
head to toe, pants, long sleeve t-shirt.
it didn't matter like dress, tank top, shorts, whatever.
Everything you had on had to be black.
Yeah, because
Okay.
your clothes should not inform your clown.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Say that one more time.
Your clothes should not inform your clown.
Your clothes should not inform your clown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have an explanation for this.
I mean, imagine
Semantically.
imagine if you had a clown and your clothes were informing it. Like that would be kind of cringe, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking, look, there's a lot of different ways to take this semantically.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a Toy Story route where you have a clown and your t-shirt is just
Talking
it's
to
like,
you.
hey,
Right.
but you want to do drugs, clown?
Clothes don't inform me. Thanks.
like the idea was basically just like your clown isn't like if I'm
You are the clown, not your clothes. It's like comics who
yeah.
wear a specific t-shirt on stage so they can make a joke about their t-shirt. This guy
Kinda.
didn't want you to rely on attire for your clowning.
Like, if
because clowning
I-
is serious. You're supposed to,
Yeah.
it's for the love of the game.
exactly. Mhm. There's geometry involved and trivia.
Yeah.
I wear a white stripe on my clown outfit for the honor
For the honor.
Honor.
for the honor of the craft.
I wore a white stripe on my clown nose for the honor. So like I guess the idea was like if I'm going to school every day like wearing pink frilly dresses and somehow my inner clown is some like emo gothic persona,
Right.
he wants that to be able to happen.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
So-
we need a puddles naturally. You need to naturally progress to puddles. You don't get to start with puddles, and
Right.
you don't get to start without puddles.
Yeah.
That's probably a reference for like 8 people.
I'm just agreeing with you. At
Puddles
this point.
is a clown who sings.
Well, these clowns don't talk. So that's another fun part.
Oh, mime clowns?
Mime clowns.
This is a new piece of information.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Wait, so was your joke?
That's the fucking thing, man. What's the point of the joke?
I don't know enough ASL to tell you a joke in mime.
So we could talk to tell the joke.
Right.
Just, I don't know why. Yeah.
So you're in the art of mime clowning.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Imagine if you told a joke and then it killed. But they were like, you can't get in. That's lesson number 1. You can't use words to get your joke
Yeah.
across.
We gotta start you from ground zero. If you're already funny, it's
this
too
is-
late for you.
it's
Just
not
go
happening.
do something else.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And, we start developing our clowns, or as I should say, we birth our clown.
Birth your clown.
That sure was a term in the textbook that I had for this class.
God.
I will
Was there,
send
like,
you a picture of this
Lamaze
textbook.
section of this clowning. Just puddles. Oh my god! I see its head. It's clowning.
You're in.
It's coming out feet first, and boy, are they big. Oh, I don't know how
Baby
many
comes
more I
out,
can
and
do.
instead of crying, you just hear like,
It's a wildly impressive clown horror.
It's when you because as the doctor takes it out, they like spank
yeah,
them
they
at
spank
first
the
and they
baby,
go,
and it just
It's a beautiful clown.
Take it back.
You're
And
like
the hair
looking,
hasn't come in yet, but you see like little sprigs that are like rainbow colors because they're still growing in.
You're like looking in the nursery at all the babies and like, which one's yours? Like the one with the red nose. Okay, and that brings to the end the portion of clown puns that we had pre-written for sure. This was a thing we were ready for. So you were birthing your clown. Was it painful?
No. Quite an easy process.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is birthing your clown?
See, I don't know why it's called that because the process was just you walk behind a chalkboard.
Okay.
So you can only put on and take off your nose when nobody can see you. It breaks the illusion.
Wow.
Okay. So you're this is like I've never seen Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same room at the same time kind of thing.
You've never seen Ilana and Flamingo in the same room at the same time.
Stop. Pause. Was that your clown name?
Sure was.
You birthed Flamingo?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God. So you walk behind a chalkboard, you put your
on a
nose
nose.
on, and out the other side walks Flamingo or Hops. Were you one-footed?
So I was because in the first week of school, I sprained my ankle and I had to walk on one foot. So the clown kind of like developed.
So
A
your
one-footed
clothes
walk.
didn't inform your clown, but your
my injury did.
sure did.
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
I feel it's like a loophole. It's a gray area. It's a gray area in the world of clowning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many clown scholars are still debating this. I think.
There's an entire book, there's an entire encyclopedia section just called "Is Injuries Informing Your Clown Ethical?" The ethics of injury clown informants.
Unethical clowning.
Unethical clown. So Flamingo was birthed.
Mm-hmm. And after a couple of weeks, we were told whether our clown was an in clown or an out clown.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything more stressful than waiting to find out whether my clown was in or out.
Yeah. So the fun thing is like the in clown is supposed to be like they're fun to watch because they're like good at things.
Sure.
You know, like they're the clowns that like have all the skills and they're juggling and they're doing.
And out clowns are like the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
So your two options as clown are talented or slapstick. But in order to not confuse anybody by saying someone is talented and the other one is curly, you say in or out.
Yeah.
Which arguably much worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you in...
You know the answer.
I want to hear you say it.
I was an out clown.
Flamingo.
Flamingo, no.
So, well, okay. So here's
Is it
where
because you had
gets,
to do everything on one foot?
So here's where it gets worse, too. I technically was a secret third option called baby clown,
Oh.
which means that my clown walked out and he was like, that's an infant. So do I get it? No.
I have questions, but I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I don't know how to...
I've been sitting with this for years and I still haven't
So
fully
you've
processed
never...
this.
Did you ever mature into a tot clown?
Nope.
And then maybe like a
Well,
young adult clown?
I have this memory of like, so he would just like look at you and be like, how old are you, clown? And I just went,
Because mime.
yeah,
And 3-year-olds can't speak.
yeah,
They only know baseball trivia.
exactly.
I-
but Flamingo
I
was on her way
feel-
to being an out clown.
I feel like we're tiptoeing kink.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as I'm not the only one that was thinking
Oh,
it.
don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So you were neither an in nor an out clown. You were simply a baby clown.
I was a baby clown who like did not have potential.
Oh no.
Yeah.
not much different than all of our regular lives. You know, we all... Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a forced one.
Yeah.
But...
Forced birth.
Okay. Is there a specific thing within clown college that you want to talk about, or do I just get to ask you questions and learn about it? Because
I do have a specific story, but if you just have questions, that also works.
okay, I want to hear your story first, and then I might have a couple of questions after it.
Cool. So there was a day that the clowns got unleashed onto main campus.
Oh no. I don't know who I'm saying oh no for.
Yeah.
The clowns or the campus.
Yes.
But it's probably both.
Yeah.
So you're like in the main, like,
Yeah.
okay.
So the fun part about UC Irvine is that the arts campus was across the street from the rest of the school. They were like, get those freaks away from us.
Gotta keep the girls and the gays across the street.
Yeah. But one day for one of our assignments, we just put on the nose and walked across the bridge to the main campus. And the problem with this situation,
How many clowns?
there's probably like 20.
So just a clown car of clowns
Yeah.
marching across a bridge.
Yeah.
I'm wondering like was this sort of framed as this is a learning experience for you clowns, like this is going to help you learn something, or was it like this is like a gift to the rest of the school?
I don't know if gift is the word.
I think it was like somewhere in the middle
Okay.
of like, this is a way for you all to like have your clowns interact with people who aren't the same 20 people that are in this classroom
Right.
every day. And also it's just inherently kind of fun to fuck with people. So let's go do it.
It is a very silly thing. Like if I'm walking to class and I see a bunch of clowns, I'm gonna be late to class.
Right. But also like I went to college around like, remember the 2016 killer clown problem?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. And were you guys wearing all black for this?
We sure fucking were.
So 20 people wearing all black with clown noses on,
Yeah.
standing on
Now-
main campus.
I was like 2 or 3 years after this, but there were still some people like,
yeah. You don't just easily forget the killer clown craze of 2016.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 20 killer clowns standing on UC Irvine main campus.
Yes.
Wearing all black with a nose.
Yeah. And the problem here is like trying to like internally balance like, you know, I'm deep in the cult that is theater school at this point.
Sure.
And so there's part of me that's just like, well, I need to embrace this assignment
Yeah.
and be Flamingo.
Yes.
And then there's the other part of me like that's still a human looking into another human's eyes. knowing
as
that
a clown.
knowing that I'm a clown.
I'm sorry, as a baby.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
into an adult human's eyes.
knowing that I cannot use the English language to explain to them what's happening here.
And you couldn't goo or ga either.
I sure couldn't.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And like
How long were you out there?
over an hour.
Over an hour
Wow.
of
Over an
clowning.
hour. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you enjoy it?
That's a tough one.
Looking
I-
back, right now, could you say, I'm glad it happened?
I mean, think about all the material that I have now.
At
I'm
least an
glad at
hour's
least
worth
for
of baby
that.
clown material.
Yeah.
Right.
I've got so much
But
shit to talk
so
about.
now, if we're going to compare between time on stage and time with a therapist, which one do you think that, like, do you think that gave you more of stage time or therapy time?
I think it gave me a lot of therapy time that could eventually be worked down into a tight 5 about clowning.
And we're all really excited about that.
Yeah.
Just a baby 5.
Baby 5.
Did you, okay.
A baby this many?
So you're out there for an hour clowning.
Yeah.
What was your thing as Flamingo?
So Flamingo just wanted to make people happy.
Right. I feel like that should be
yeah.
a main goal of clown.
Yeah.
Well, some people had sexual clowns. I don't know what they did that day because I chose not to watch.
That's like kink clown, but like the capital IN because they were still in. There's a talent in kink. I don't think.
There's something there.
Yeah. Mhm.
So Flamingo was just I just had a full bag of dum-dum lollipops. Was just handing them out to people,
Okay.
which most people were like, this is strange, but I get a lollipop, so I'm cool with this.
Right.
But some people are like, what the fuck did you do to that fucking lollipop?
Uh,
And
Yeah.
me not able to speak English to them because my
Yeah.
professor is right
Just
here.
shrug and smile.
I'm just
You know what this reminds me of? The opening bank robbery scene to The Dark Knight. with Heath Ledger's
seen it, but I
Joker,
don't
where
really
it's
I haven't seen it.
well, the Joker hires henchmen to rob this bank, and they all wear black jumpsuits with clown masks on,
Yeah.
and they just have bags of money. And
Yeah.
what I'm picturing now is a bunch of the henchmen from the Dark Knight trilogy, all black jumpsuit, clown mask, and she's just walking up with a bag of dum-dums. And I would also be
it's
thanks,
like,
but no.
like clown sidekick walks up to like the bank teller and distracts them by like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just kind of confuses them for a minute, handing them a lollipop and being really, and they're like, what is happening? And then like that's just to distract them from the like heist
Yeah.
that's currently
Like anybody who refused it, I couldn't blame them.
No.
There's 20 fucking clowns. Just
Yeah, so you were out there for an hour just handing lollipops to people
yeah.
as a clown.
This is a true thing.
I still don't know what my questions are, but I know I have there are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels
There's a
like
lot to
just a
unpack
social experiment. Like this class wasn't real. They were just like, let's see how far we can push
This
these
was a
people.
highly coveted class in the drama department.
By
I
whom?
wish by not every single drama major, but almost all.
Were there any other sort of like final performances?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, we had a final show.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
what was
So we
the
had a final
final?
show.
So the final show was like a 10 p.m. showing where like
Okay.
the house was packed every year for the clown show.
Incredible.
Well, yeah.
As it should be.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's like because either you're getting a fun clown show or a thing you get to talk about for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
It's either like I'm really into this, or like anyone who isn't into it being like, "Pff, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a story or a good time.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the final is
Yeah.
you're on stage
We're on stage. We're
all together.
There were some group
Oh, we
perform,
got
but it's-
group clowns.
But it was kind of like a vaudeville show where it's like, you know, two people go out for 2 minutes and then they come back and
Okay.
then somebody goes out.
It's very
and comes
Abbott and
back.
Costello feel, but with no words, which is very important for Abbott and
Yeah.
Costello.
Yeah.
It's like the two stooges at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Did you have a partner? Did you have a clown friend?
Flamingo, I think, was mostly by herself. I think she had like one routine.
Well, you were
with
the only
another
baby.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be weird if another clown made a friend with a baby.
Yeah.
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 Obviously.
So what was your final? What did you do for your final? Did you throw lollipops at people in the crowd?
I should have. Well, no, I shouldn't have. That would hurt people. I know I had like a little flamingo stuffed animal as
Okay.
well. And it was
Yeah.
just a lot of like almost like voodoo doll-esque. Like I would move its arm and then I'd move my arm and some weird shit like that. Or like I'd hand it to like an audience member.
And they would move it and you would just match.
Yeah. There was also there was a group routine of clowns yo-yoing with objects that are not yo-yos.
Oh.
Like tie a string around a banana. and-
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people had actual yo-yos. The in-clowns were allowed real yo-yos.
The in-clowns, the talented folk, were allowed to have the tools of the trade. The peasants, however,
Yeah.
you must make yours out of scraps.
I'm
Here's
pretty
some
sure
twine and an apple.
Well, I'm pretty sure Flamingo just had a string.
Just one string.
Like
and you were
nothing
just
at the
bouncing
end of
the
it. I
string.
was just bouncing a
Because
string.
you were a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were this many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed
That's
to
a
do?
choking hazard, honestly. You should have just eaten the string.
I think somebody had like a slinky that they were just like bouncing up and down.
Oh, the out clowns. What
Yeah.
will you think of next?
A real creative, artistic
Did they
bunch.
okay. Did they like this class, clowning? Obviously a big chunk of it is the love of the game. But did they try to teach you like juggling and stuff?
No.
So what were you like learning just the history of clowning?
No.
What happened during these classes?
Usually we would show up and he would break us into like pairs or groups of 3 or groups of 4.
Uh-huh.
And he would just put on a song and be like, okay, clowns, come up with a routine. No talking.
So he forced the Three Stooges upon you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He just okay. No, you never learned any actual like
No.
good clown talent.
Not a single thing.
It's the like clown instructor equivalent of like wheeling a TV into class and just phoning it in.
He just got to listen to like his favorite songs on loop for 10 weeks.
Yeah, okay. What were they like
Yeah.
silly clown? Like was it polka?
Not
The
not usually.
Entertainer?
No.
Aw.
It was genuine. It's just normal songs.
There was like The Ring of Fire was one.
Okay.
There was one.
I'm so intrigued. This is to me what baseball is to Alex. I'm so interested. I have no want to do this, but I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We also all had to come up with like our clown like intro, where he played just like this one song over and over again. And like there's only so many things you can, because of course every single clown is going to just use the beats in the music to do a gesture.
Sure.
We also had to come up with like one of our like homework assignments was to find our own song that we thought like represented our clown
Uh-huh.
and come
Would you
in with
pick
a
the
routine
Circle
about
of life.
I think I picked like the Steamboat Willie theme song or
Nice.
something like that.
Classic.
Good. Yep. Absolutely.
There was another one that was like bring an object to school and use that object for anything but its intended purpose.
Okay. I think that's just called growing up poor. I think that's all that is. Like, yeah.
So I brought in like one of those like 3-wick candles with like the lid on it, and I like used them like symbols. Used the lid on the bottom of the candle jar.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the
thinking
out-clown
with your noodle.
behavior.
That's thinking with your flamingo. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you emotionally scarred by any of this?
I've been in therapy for a couple of years. Who's to say if it's related or not?
Right. Your therapist, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. That I would, if you have any pictures or videos.
Oh, of course I have.
I would love to get them.
Yes.
If you want to send them to me.
Absolutely.
And then I don't know how I'm going to do this, but like when this episode drops, there will be a link somewhere so that you can see. I'll probably also be posting this on the Instagram as well. So this will be out there. If you're listening, this will be, I'll let you know when I record later the stuff. You'll get it. You'll understand. You'll know what it is. With that being said, that is thank you guys so much for sharing these very fun, bizarre stories. I appreciate it. Before we say our goodbyes, if you guys want to take a look at the camera, this is a new segment that I'm trying out called Favorite Educator Shout Out. It'll probably have a new name soon. I need to be snappier. Like we'll probably get a clown to write something.
Well, then it'll just be silent. There'll be no words.
And that's fine. So if you guys want to give a quick shout out to your favorite educator or your dad.
If I shout out a dead person, is that too dark?
Did they educate you?
Yes.
It's not too dark.
Great. Shout out to the late Mr. Raven, a science teacher that I studied with, and he was really funny and great. Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
very sweet. Ilana?
Shout out to Mrs. Davenport, who took a bunch of 4th graders and taught them that tech was cool and important.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Raven and Mrs. Davenport. Unrelated. Probably. I don't actually know.
I'd assume
But thank
so.
you guys. Before we hop off, Alex, where can people find you? Do you have anything cool coming up that you are excited about?
You can find me on my social medias at Alex Engelberg, just my full name.
You want to spell that for the people?
Yeah, it's Alex, spelled Alex, and Engelberg, spelled Engelberg. Sometimes there's an underscore in there, depending on the platform, but I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, they could just type in your name and it'll pop up.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when this episode. It'll probably be late November. So if you have, if you know anything,
I'll try to I'll try to tighten it up by then. No.
Get your social media together.
And if you're in Seattle by any chance, I am in a musical improv group called Fancy Cafeteria. We are Fancy Cafeteria on Instagram. We do a show about once a month, and we do like a full improvised musical, and I play the piano for it, and it's really fun, and that's something I'm really excited about and proud of.
awesome. Thank you. Go check out Alex Engelberg and Fancy Cafeteria. Ilana?
Yeah, I'm on social media as Ilana Degann, ILANADEGANN. Except on YouTube, where you just add the word shorts after that, because I made a channel that has shorts and long form content and just called it Ilana Degann Shorts.
It's actually just a page of her favorite pairs of shorts.
That's what some people on the internet would like.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I forgot woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Do you have anything cool? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're kind of far, like 2 months out, but if
Yeah.
you know anything.
I don't have anything specific coming up, but I know I'm going to be releasing music at some point in the near-ish future. So maybe by the time this is coming out, that will be nearer future.
Okay. So
And
make sure you check out Ilana Degann on social media and Spotify.
yeah. And sometimes I'll do, I'm doing comedy shows around Seattle. So just follow me on social media and see if or when that's happening.
Cool. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
having us.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for listening. I totally realized after I'd recorded that I I forgot to say, hey, if this is your first time listening, thank you so much for hopping in. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. PodClass President is a school-centric storytelling podcast where I have a couple guests and friends in the studio every week to share their weirdest, wildest, wackiest school stories. I forgot to say all that at the beginning, which is where it should go. So I'm saying it now. Anyway, hope you liked the episode. If you did, like it or whatever, and come back next week. If you really liked it, you can support the podcast. We have merch. We have PodClass President merch. You can check that out on my website. There's also, I have other merch, table merch, all the state stuff. I am the states guy, by the way. I don't know if you need that. Anyway, we have flamingo bucket hats are on sale on my online store now, too. There is a Discord. I have a Discord for everything. There is a channel for the PodClass President's podcast, where we share pictures and videos and other things related to the stories that you hear on the episodes. And last but not least, I have a Patreon. I don't know why I keep saying we. It's me. I have a Patreon. So you can sign up for that Patreon. It's as little as $3 a month, and it just goes a long way to help me continue to be able to do stuff like this. You get content a day early, and some other perks. With that, on my website is benbrainerd.com. Brainerd is spelled brain like the one in your head, A-R-D. You can figure it out. I believe in you. I think that's all. I should have taken better notes. I was trying to read off a piece of paper, but my Adderall wore off a while ago, so this is what you're getting. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye.